In the winter of '29, when the North was a tomb, when the cold ate the daylight and swallowed the moon, a sickness moved silent through the boreal night, villages carved in darkness and freezing white. Diphtheria spread like frost through the land, and the people were dying. No help was at hand. In Edmonton City, the phone lines ran hot. Little Red River, they needed a lot. The serum was ready, but the road was too long. 300 miles north through the ice wind song. No horses could make it, no sled dog team fast. They called on a pilot, they called on the past. Wilfred Walkmay with his weathered hands, who once danced with death over Flanders' cruel lands, who dodged the Red Baron through blood-colored skies, who pulled from a tailspin with fire in his eyes. He cheated the Reaper on the Western Front's blade. Now death called again and he wasn't afraid. They loaded the serum, wrapped precious and cold. They bundled in leather against the killing cold. Vic Horner sat beside him, two souls and a dare. An open cockpit biplane, cutting thin Arctic air. The mercury dropping to 40 below. God help any man who must fly through that snow. Fly, Walkmay, fly through the iron and gray. Fly for the children who cannot wait another day. The north wind howls like a thing that's alive. Carry the medicine, pray they survive. Through the boreal shadow, through the cold and the kill. Fly, Walkmay, fly, bend the winter to your will. The engine ran roughing the crystallized air, ice forming on rigging without any care. The instruments reading in lies and in frost. One wrong calculation and both would be lost. The low clouds above and the forest below, threading the tree lines through blizzard and snow. He thought of the triplane above the fields of old France, fleeing from Richthofen with a dive and a dance. The Red Baron's crosshairs locked onto his frame. A novice in combat, a moth to the flame. He flew for his life through the blood-colored air, till Brown swooped and fired and the Baron fell there. He'd lived when he shouldn't, he'd flown when the sky was full of the broken and men learning to die. If he'd conquered that carnage, that mechanical hell, he'd deliver this serum and the story he'd tell. He talked to his engine like a priest talks to God. Keep turning against every odd. Far below him, the Athabasca wound slow, a great frozen serpent through the fog and the snow. He thought of the families, the children in beds, with the membrane of diphtheria filling their heads, the throat closing slowly, a terrible way to leave a hard world on a cold winter's day. The hours rolled past him in silence and snow, his fingers near frozen, his altimeter low. He skirted the canyon, he climbed for the pass, and prayed to whatever watched over his brass. They hollered and pointed, a clearing ahead, a cluster of cabins, the living not dead. He brought her down hard on the river's gray ice. The landing was ragged, but would have to suffice. The runners bit deep and they slid to a stop, and the whole village gathered from bottom to top. Old men and young mothers, their breath hanging still, their eyes full of terror, their hearts full of will. He carried the serum through the snowdrift in fear. He placed it in trembling hands. Salvation is here. The children will breathe now, the fever will break. The North showed some mercy. For heaven's sweet sake, fly, Walkmay, fly. mission half done. Now turn that old aircraft and face for the sun.